G'day, Tristan from More Beer Than Barra, and this time we're in convoy with, we're in a convoy of 4 vehicles, 3 mates. This is a bit of a boys fishing trip, Sunday fishing trip. It's bloody hot, bloody humid. We're into December now, so this is wet season proper. We've had heaps of rain. I reckon this will be the last time we go across Ivanhoe Crossing for this season, definitely. And I'm very interested to see what the tracks are going to be like across the river. To be honest, I think we're going to be in for some fun. Hopefully fun and not pure stress. But yeah, we want to go fishing. We know we're in peak barra season. Just got to go easy here as we come down towards the crossing. Excuse me.
Yeah, the crossings actually look pretty low.
Yeah, roger that.
Look, Bridges' car, he's putting it in four-wheel drive, he's riding. Is he a man or a mouse?
I reckon we should ask him.
Get the radio working then.
Yeah.
I'm going to take me around my tyres.
Just getting recorded, why are you taking me out of your tires, mate? When you're riding?
Oh,
Go on,
yeah,
man.
a little
Are
bit.
you a man or a mouse?
Where are we going to get bait?
Second bridge, yeah.
Second bridge.
Yeah.
Bearing down?
Bearing down.
What are we going down to?
It's a guess.
Hey?
40 seconds a tyre.
40 seconds. I've been as lazy as hell. I wasn't.
I got leaf springs all around, so
Yeah.
it could get a bit uncomfortable.
I'm gonna give it a go on full pressure, and then I'll probably have to suck it up and let them down. So. This is Luke's new baby. This is like bought pretty cheaply, but it's a pretty mean off-roader. That's purely his bush basher.
Mine's more for comfort. Oh yeah.
A quick reminder of the ever-present danger. Now, see a bit of a sign of what we might be in for on the other side of the river. I'll get across that. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad. Gary's saying it looks like we're gonna stop on the other side, pick up a bit of bait.
Tristan, Gary, you all good?
Yeah, all good to go, mate.
Cool.
It's always a bit tricky on this bridge because people come out and fish on there. Like, I wouldn't do it. It's too much of a croc risk, but I guess these guys all know what they're doing. But what it does do is it makes it tricky to get over the crossing because you're just worried that you're going to clip someone. It's not too bad. I don't know if you can see down there the pelicans, but that's usually the locals have been telling me that's a sign that there's no crocs, and when the pelicans aren't there, that's when you really need to watch out for crocs. Having said that, I'd be watching out every bloody time I came here. This is super salty central. We've just got the second part of the crossing here, and then I think we're pulling up to get some bait. Well, I think that was the plan. Yeah. Getting a lot of bird life around down there. I don't know if you can make it out. Righto, so we've got the Englishman having a crack. Luke the Englishman. So if he shows us up, it's going to be a pretty depressing day for us all.
Kiss and cheer like that. Yeah.
If this works, I want you to teach me. Still better than my first throw. Right, we've got the professional now.
I haven't thrown net for long enough.
Right, so what we see is it's going round the elbow.
Yeah.
And what about loops of a third?
Eh?
Loops of a third round the elbow? Or?
Oh, this is where I went wrong. Eh? Something like that.
Gee, that looks complicated.
Yeah.
Wait, have you seen this? Look, there's a bloody big barramundi here.
I did. That's the bait. That's the bait for the day.
Look at it.
You want to take him for bait? Pick it up. Pick it up and let me take a photo of it.
What are you sitting there?
Barramundi.
What's the...
What the hell's that sitting there for?
Hang on, we get...
Yeah, that's how I caught it. I've caught one.
How good are we?
I caught it with my hands.
Hang on, Luke. Let me back up and get...
I didn't get his eyes in it.
With dead set, just reached into the water and pulled that one out. I don't know, it doesn't not looking too healthy, is it?
It don't smell very healthy.
I think that's been there for a while. But yeah, that's what we're hoping to get hold of today. Maybe one that's alive though would be nice.
Oh, Gary! You see the opening?
Meanwhile, Gary's actually showing us how to properly throw a cast net.
Gonna get a shot what I'm doing.
All across. Yeah. Okay, he's a truckload braver than I am. Oi. Well, Luke's just been in the drink. Want to get across? Oh, and then again. I feel bad that we sent an Englishman to wade across the crop-infested river. I'm not going up, he's braver than me. Whoop. Oh, you forgot the lid as well, you're going to have to come back and get that. I think we've had some success over there. Okay, this is why we bring Gary. I think we might just have enough bait. Maybe just enough. Well done, Gaz.
I reckon we're going to catch a barra, mate.
And if not, we've got enough for a stir fry there. Did you go over, Brett?
Okay.
Did you go over?
Over what?
Over to the, where those boys were.
It's only 6 bolt.
No.
It's only 6 bolt.
Yeah, I'm
I
not
see
saying.
Luke dropping about 24.
Lucky I've got a electric piece.
So how many times did you go in?
Well, I can't remember. 20?
At least you're not going to be hot anymore.
I'll
This
stop
is why I
counting.
always get hurt. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Can you take your gas easy?
Okay. We're now eating Gary's dust as he takes the
This
lead.
road's fine, hey, even if it does get a heap of rain.
looking pretty good at the moment, mate. Just keep an eye out for the big cows on the side of the road. I can see a few and they might get covered up in the dust.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, it's obviously not that wet because we're still seeing a bit of dust around, but we've had quite a bit of rain over the last few days, so you'd expect the track to be in a slightly different condition. In any case, we're en route to Buttons Crossing, so that's where we're hoping to get some success today. And even if we don't, oh, there's a bit of mud. Even if we don't, we'll hopefully have a bloody good day, have a beer, and then we're coming back for a barbecue later on. So all told, sounds like a pretty perfect day. Anyway, road's not in too bad nick. We're not anticipating any problems, so we will see you at Buttons Crossing shortly. And in the meantime, enjoy the Ivanhoe Ranges in the background there, which is always a spectacular part of driving on the Parry Creek track, I reckon. Stunning, spectacular scenery, littered with boabs and cattle. A bit of water in the creeks. As you know, the East Kimberley is waterfall country, and at the moment the waterfalls along the Ivanhoe Ranges, they're more of a dribble really at the moment than full-blown waterfalls. But hopefully by another month or two, and they'll be absolutely pumping. Turn off.
Really rains, we can always just drive along the pebbles, along the ord, the bottom of the ord, and come up, pop up that near Ivanhoe. What do you reckon?
I reckon we'll be alright. There's a bit of mud around, but I reckon it's okay.
I reckon the road will be right unless it really rains, and if it really rains we'll just go along the pebbles, you know, all the way back to Ivanhoe. It'll just take a bit of time.
Yeah, roger that.
We've got a couple of winches anyway, and some heaps of snatch straps, so we'll be right.
Yeah, as I was saying, about 15 months ago we made a video for Buttons Crossing, and that was just at the start of the build-up, when it was still cool enough to camp. I think I wouldn't want to be camping in this humidity. I reckon it would be bloody hard work. Well, here we are at the lower ord now. Again, this really is saltwater croc territory, and we're basically driving on a riverbank here, so we've got to keep an eye out for boggy sections. Definitely. There's, you know, another month or so into dry season, and this will all be underwater. Sorry, into wet season, I should say. We got live baiting on the hand lines, and Luke's just having a flick with the lure, although it's pretty hard because there's a lot of weed close to the shore, so it's not easy going with the lure. Probably more a hand line and live bait though. Beautiful country though. So here we are with a good mate of mine and fellow Kununurra resident, Luke. And Luke's sporting the brand new, is it, what type of rod is it?
It's a bait caster, about 7 kilo rod.
Yep.
And a 30-pound braid. Picked up in Darwin by the man himself.
Yeah, we had the old Darwin run last weekend.
Just give it a decent bird's nest.
Yep.
It's working out.
What lure you got on there?
Got a Barra Classic.
Yep.
Yeah, plus 10 diver. Some leader.
Yep.
Not bad for the lure. Nothing yet. Ever.
So you're saying this is like the bait cast has the 3 types of drag, but you got to balance, so you've got the right level of drag for the weight of the lure or something, is that right?
Yeah, pretty much. Just so it'll leave a bird's nest if you get it wrong when it hits the water and bounces, or when you're retrieving it, it'll have too much stuff in bird's nest again.
And you're having to cast out over that weed, which doesn't make it easy, does it? Beautiful. Those weeds make it fucking hard. Well done, Brett. Beautiful. What lure you got, Brett, on that one?
Barra Classic.
Another Barra Classic. The water looks like it's the right colour, eh?
Yeah.
This is Gary.
Gary Grad down at Button Crossing with Tristan, our boss Brett, and Luke Bridges. How you going?
Gary, you're a for life local, aren't you?
Yeah, born and bred in Kununurra and down at the Lower Ward. We call it Button Crossing. Class Avenue Crossing.
What are we hoping for today?
Hoping for 1 or 2 barras. Even more better. We'll see how the day plans out.
And you were thinking about going up to the rapids, do you reckon? We head up the rapid way?
I will see how we go here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking more rapids because we've got more room and away from all the seaweed and stuff. So,
Yeah, it's been hard to get your cast out.
yeah. Let's see what happens.
That weed makes it hard.
There's a bit of bait fish around that way.
Well, should we chuck the net out again?
Oh, okay.
We'll get some more video of Gary's expert technique. What do you reckon?
Hey?
You reckon this is a spot?
I don't know, as I like, look, we can walk up here and you can fish off the rocks.
Oh, yeah?
The rapids.
This sounds good.
So I like to look, God, we're going to go back there.
Trudge through this jungle up to a rock pool up here. Go back to where? Ivanhoe. Yeah, fair enough. Well, I just saw there was some live bait up here, so I was just gonna. Just in this pool here, Gary, there's quite a bit of live bait, I thought. See these creeks running now, eh?
Yeah.
That's because of the rain, eh? There's live bait in here, this little pool. These little creeks running now from all the rain. Well, probably not going to be catching a massive barramundi, but we've got some little bait fish out of this pool, so we'll take them with us. we go. Cheers, mate.
Cheers, mate.
Well,
Definitely
more beer than Barrow again. I think, yeah, I had a bite and lost it. I don't know what it was, could have been a catfish. And
Mate.
Brett's had a bite.
Brett's had a bite. No joy though.
I had a bite from salmon.
But we got a beer, and that's gonna more than make up for it. What do you reckon you had before, Brett? What do you reckon? There's some big old thunder and storms rolling in, which is going to cut our trip short, I think. See those dark clouds. We can hear the thunder. So if we stay out here for too much longer, we're going to cop that storm, and we're going to cop some fairly tricky road conditions on the way back with muddy, boggy terrain. And I guess worst case scenario is that the crossing water level is too high and we get stuck this side of the river, which means we'd be here overnight, and none of us are too keen on that. So it looks like, as Luke said, it's going to be a day for more beer than Barra. Still bloody good country though. Yep, that's looking very ominous out there. That's looking very much like a monsoonal storm heading this way for a direct hit pretty much. And then the road conditions completely transform. You can hear that rolling thunder as well. Time to make a move, I think. Well, conditions change quickly in the Kimberley, especially during wet season, and you can see now it's gone bloody dark, and there's some big heavy clouds coming in, and you can see the rain ahead. So, a bit of a race back to town now. If you know your geography of this part of the world, you know that the Parry Creek Buttons Crossing side is pretty much separated from town and the Victoria Highway by the Lower Ord. So you're potentially stuck out here if conditions change drastically enough. And we're not anticipating that today, but you do just have to be mindful and avoid any serious risk taking. Anyway, that's possibly my last look at the Lower Ord for 2020, because we're heading to Perth for Christmas, which is only a couple of weeks off now. So it'll certainly be my last trip to Buttons Crossing, and possibly the last trip for 2020 to the Lower Ord. So Luke and I, the following weekend, after last week's trip, we're going to give the Dunham River a crack today. This will be our last go at it before Christmas. And this is Luke's, what is it, 1990?
91. 1/8, 75.
And this is an absolute bush basher. This is what four-wheel driving should be about. So the Dunham River track, and you can see we're properly into wet season now. So it's mid-December. had quite a bit of rain compared to last year anyway, and you can see what's happened to the tracks. Underwater. No worries for the cruiser. So Luke, you were saying this handles a bit differently to the to your patrol.
It's got leaf springs at the front and the back, so it's a bit rough. No weight in the back either, so it bounces around a bit.
Yeah, right. What's eating this up?
Got lockers at the front and the back as well.
It's got lockers at the back.
Front and back.
Front and back. And you've got the switch there. The lockers.
It's got to run a new airline to the back. It's got a leak in it.
This is what four-wheel driving should be, I reckon. So you can see the Dunham up ahead. This is a favourite spot of ours, and you can also note the colour. It's all brown and murky, which means there's been a lot of runoff from the rain.
There was a big croc here yesterday.
Big croc?
Yeah, it's right where we were fishing.
Righto. We best keep our wits about ourselves. Any bait fish around? Or
Yeah, that's around.
yeah, you can go way quicker over these than I can. There's absolutely no challenge for this beast. The Dunham.
So Tristan's just caught a big old mullet and he's thrown it there in his cast net. I didn't want to take responsibility for tying this knot. It's a big mullet, so it's going to catch a big fish.
If you don't know knots, do lots. Moral. It's going to be a bloody big bugger that has a go. I'll grab me out.
Here's the big old mullet.
He's probably a bit too big for. Probably a bit too big for.
Yeah, going to attract the local salty. We're on.
Alright. I'll tell you what, that is going to be something big that gets that one. Where do you want to put him in?
Oh, I reckon over towards them rocks over there. Them rocks in the middle. Yeah.
On our way to the second spot on the Dunham, this one upstream a little bit more from where we were before. Tried every type of lure and bait we could think of at the last spot. No joy. So we're changing locations. guess this is what we'd call the upper Dunham. Well, it's more upstream from where we were anyway. Beautiful little spot. The water levels come up a lot since last time we were here, which was a month ago. And this is going to be our final fishing spot for the year. Very lush and tropical growth around the river, and that's because we're smack bang in wet season. Luke's already about to hit the surface with a few divers. His new bait caster, which we had a look at last week. It's a bit weedy here, so it's going to be interesting going. I'm going to try and see if we can get some live bait. Well, I think it's another afternoon for a beer. We've tried everything. We've tried lures, we've tried bait, we've tried live bait, we've tried filleted dead bait. No dice. So worst places to be to not catch fish. And cheers. So what are you thinking next year, Luke? What sort of spots you want to hit up next year?
Where we can say more barrel and beer.
I reckon this spot's good for a camp.
Yeah.
In dry season. And when there's a bit more flood water, the fishing should get better, hopefully, up here.
Out for the keep next.
The keep, put that on the list. The Pentecost, and we're going to buy a dodgy boat. We're going to chip in a couple of grand each and get something that's going to get us into the middle of the Ord and probably die on us. After a great day of catching no fish, we went back to Luke and Amy's place, and they put on a barbecue for us, which was awesome. And we're drinking the local gin made by Mandy, which is strong and good. And yeah, we're just talking about it's been a good year, and next year we want to do lots of camping and in the dry season when dry season comes. And Luke, what are you looking at for 2021? What's the grand plan? Because I've heard a bit about it. It sounds pretty exciting.
Looking at an off-road camper trailer. Not sure what brand yet. Maybe Market Direct or some Maverick campers. But Amy's going to get involved. Amy, come and get in the video.
Amy's going to come into the video.
It's a nice spot for you in the middle there.
Thanks for having us around, Amy. And letting us film in the house.
Thanks for bringing the gin.
No, it's Mandy's gin. She's made it all, so she's pretty good.
Yeah, so looking at camper trailer.
Yeah.
Start with a bed and a shower for the girls.
Yeah.
Keep them happy.
Yeah.
So what's the hub of the campsite, basically? So you can have the hub.
Yeah, a hub. Yeah.
While I can go to bed.
Yeah, and then everyone else can use everyone else can use the kitchen and the shower. And, yeah. We'll just have the hub. We'll have the hub with our bed and lounge and lounge.
Yeah. Home from home.
Home from home. While we're camping for the Ord.
Yeah.
Right, and we've got to have that set up by March so we can make the most of the dry season.
And the most important thing is to keep us off the ground and the crocs.
Yeah.
That's good point. That's why we got that rooftop tent for that reason. So.
Yeah. That's hard for my priorities. Staying safe.
Roll on 2021.
Yeah. I'm excited. Yeah.
And just on that, any places you want to go to in 2021? Any sort of dream destinations up in the East Kimberley or the NT? Now that we can go to the NT.
Yeah.
Like to do the Keep River National Park. Like to do Kakadu. Love to do. Where have we got changed? I think the NT where the Patriot Campers guys went.
Litchfield. Arnhem Land.
Arnhem Land. Yes, it looks awesome.
Arnhem
Very
Land.
keen to go there. Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Somewhere we can take dogs.
Dogs can come.
Yeah.
Can you set up with the dogs be right in the camper trailer?
Yeah, it's good. Yeah. Rennie boy. That'd be good.
Awesome.
Family holiday.
Well, yeah, thanks very much for having us around, and it was an awesome Christmas little barbecue today.
Yeah, a little get together
Yeah.
before you go away.
One of about 6 that we've had.
Yeah.
And yep, your Christmas tree is definitely better than ours.
Even if it is just a little one.
Ours is a bit small.
Oh, hello, Bobby.
Hi.